Hello and welcome back to the part 4 of the pond build. My name is Ramon Santana. This week I went ahead and bought the bottom drain, and I did a little searching and I found this Easy Pro 4-inch bottom drain with an air diffuser. Now the one thing that really stood out to me was right there. It says made in the USA. I try to support when I can. However, as much as I wanted to like it, I found a few flaws with it, and I'm going to go ahead and point a couple out. I don't think it's going to negatively affect the overall performance. It's just, I guess, the attention to detail, or lack thereof, that I was kind of upset with, or I should say disappointed with. Again, I think it'll functionally work fine, but let me go through some of these parts. This is the top cover, and the diffuser goes threaded on that other side. This is where the air inlet tube will get screwed on. But here's some of the defects I'm talking about. Look at the cut that it made around the inside diameter. I mean, it looks like they were moving this thing probably, 500 miles an hour. It was just cruising through there. It didn't leave a great finish on there. And kind of choppy. Again, I don't think this is going to affect the overall performance, but I just don't like seeing that lack of craftsmanship. This is the top plate that goes on top of the liner, in between the liner and the other base of it. But again, here is I just don't understand what all this is. It should be flat, I would think. I know you have to put adhesive on there and everything, but it just seems like there's a lot of irregularities that cut again on the inside. I mean, you could see it looks like a ridge, like very ripply, and that's from excessive feed rate on the cutting tool, which again, I don't know why they would not pay attention to that detail. Again, I don't think it is going to affect it mechanically, but it just aesthetically doesn't look good. Again, I was hoping for better quality. So this is the air diffuser. It goes threaded on top of that cover. It's got that rubber top, the threads right there to screw into the top. And that's pretty much all it is just that rubber plate with a bunch of holes drilled in there. You can vaguely make it out, but you see all them little dots. All those are the little holes that the air forces its way through. And that white stuff is just kind of whatever powder or whatever that sometimes rubber comes with. Once I submerge it, that'll be gone. But the next thing here is, I guess, the accessories that come with it. So you have your screws that screw on that top plate onto the main flange. Again, I'm not going to use it in my case. I'm doing cement, not a liner, so luckily I can avoid that part. This is another part that I swapped out. They have that going, that 3/4 inch MPT thread down into a 1/4 inch barb. But this is that check valve, and what this does is it allows the air to go in that direction, but allows the water not to go down and back into your pipe, into your air compressor. So it's in there. It's like a little ball. You can kind of hear it shaking around in there, but that prevents the water from coming back down. A ball basically covers the entrance, and the air will blow it up. So that's the check valve. Again, that's provided with the kit. So the next thing I needed to do was all the things in white is what I ended up needing to get, because I didn't want to use that 1/4 inch barb. So that's a 3/4 inch male thread to a 3/4 inch female, and I got a 3/4 inch male thread to that 1/2 inch for the air supply. And then this is what you're required to get that 4-inch plumbed up to it. It's got that thread adapter basically, so the threads, male threads, go into the base, and then your 4-inch tube goes right into there. And yeah, just threads in. I'm not gonna put it all the way because the next item that I needed to get was some pipe dope, and I wanted to use that instead of the Teflon tape because it's a little bit better seal. I'll show you what it is here, but you can see that's what I ended up doing instead of using this barb, because I want to connect my air with a 1/2 inch PVC tube. So that's the first one. I'll have it jog up to meet up with that 4-inch pipe. But there's what it looks like. Again, I'm going to go right to that lip. I'm not going to use the other one because, again, I am doing cement. So I don't need a liner. And one thing I wanted to point out here, they made a pretty nice, something that was pretty cool. And that's that, you see that little smaller radius kind of edged, raised edge? That's right there. That, from the top of the face, is 4 inches. So they kind of like pre-measured what, if you were going to use cement, just so you knew where that 4 inches is. Because I do want to end up making at least 4 inches, if not maybe a little bit thicker in most of the pond area. So there it is, all assembled. I didn't put the pipe dope in yet because I didn't want to make a mess. It's a little sticky. But you can see it's not threaded all the way down, but it's not going to be very loose or anything. I could probably get a few more rotations down once I put that pipe sealing in, which is this stuff right here. And it's it never really dries. So it does a really good job, better than Teflon tape in my opinion, especially since I'm not going to have access to this once I put it in. But here you can see what a dust storm looks like. Had one come in the other day, last week. This was accompanied with rain, but it started off, it was super windy. There's Z, head of security, checking things out. Yeah, it got really windy, and then we ended up getting some lightning and some rain. It did come in, not a huge amount, but enough to know that it was raining. But it gets super windy here, and the monsoon season obviously isn't upon us yet. But you could see some of the things that we need to do to prepare for this wind, and I took that other flag down and shade flag, and I probably later on I think I end up taking this one down because it makes a lot of noise, and it acts like a kite, and I didn't want any undue stress on them poles. So here I got a couple shots of some lightning as it was rolling up into our area, and we do get rain out here, as you guys saw in the last videos before this, but the wind is really what kills it for me, because I worry about them trees breaking. They're still not the biggest yet. They're just over a year old at this point. So they all survived and made it through, but I'm probably gonna have to set up some more support poles to hold it up. So the next day I ended up getting all these tubes mocked in and where the bottom drain is gonna go, because ultimately that's the goal, is to get these in place so I can get the cement put in. But before I was thinking about putting them tubes around the side, I think I'm gonna go straight out and through the stairs, and then have them poke back out from the stairs in the positions that I wanted them, those jets. So thanks again, guys, for joining me. Subscribe, hit that notification bell. I'm going to keep going with this till it's done, so stick with me, and let's see how it ends up turning out. So see you next time. Thanks again for checking it out.